the call quality is improving, and people are wanting to have conversations. And it's just like, it's a natural sort of cycle. And this is why I'm like, sooner or later, and this is not just me, it's like all the best coaches, like, you know, Tom Ferry and all these guys, they're all saying the same thing, is like, the bubble here is pent-up demand. That's the bubble. It's not the prices or anything else. People can afford to buy, but they want to make sure that their payments aren't going to be crazy later. They want some certainty in what's going to happen with the market. And that's, I think, translating into the quality of the calls.
And also the conversations I think you had, and I saw on the Hallmark group, open houses this weekend were bonkers, apparently. Tons of traffic.
That's good to know.
Yeah, like pre-COVID type of activity at these open houses, like really, like having to actually have like bounce the doors and stuff. Like so many people wanted to get in. It was apparently quite crazy.
We've actually noticed, just randomly, I would say in the last, since we got back, we've actually had 3 people reach out to us without even us touching base with us. We have some touch points, like we do a newsletter and stuff like that. Maybe that would have helped, but they've reached out to us inquiring, like, hey, they want to set up an appointment with us. So like, I think that kind of speaks to, you know how like you guys say open houses, it's back. This could be another indication or a sign, like, you know, people are reaching out. So I kind of go back to that new year. I'm like, is it a new year for people, and it's a New Year's resolution, or it's a change, it's a new year, they want to make a move, and maybe we've been so used to 8-9 months of 4% like increase, and everybody thinks they might be near the end, so they're trying to time the market, or new year, whatever the case may be. I think the confidence might be starting to come back, and then once, I think, you guys have talked about this as well, once Bank of Canada announces, like, you know, some stabilization in interest rates, or if we peaked already, I feel like it might take a couple of weeks or a month or 2 months to kind of stabilize, and then buyer confidence will kind of come back.
And sellers' confidence along with that, because if the buyers aren't active, then the sellers are less apt to jump in there.
I think that's one of the main issues that we're having, is that seller confidence not there, or their expectations are so high, is that they're not willing to sell, and that's why we have a lack of inventory, right? So like, I feel like there's a lot of people that want to buy it, but there's actually also nothing to look at, nothing to buy.
You know, and I think that right now is a really good time for investors. I think it's, you know, there is opportunity out there. Everybody that I've talked to that is an investor right now, our advice is the market, and like, deals will not just come to you. You don't open up MLS one day and see something for sale that's a wicked deal without being in some sort of competition.
Right.
If you want a wicked deal, what you need to do is look for, what does opportunity look like in Toronto, like today? Number one, it's probably been on the market for a number of days, like a number of weeks even. So my advice to any investor is look for people who have expired or terminated or suspended listings. You know, they had it for sale, it didn't sell. Call the agent. Is your guy still a seller?
Right.
Have they changed? You know, is there any change in their mindset? Like, could we have a discussion about what a sale would look like for them? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, how many, like if it's condos, how many condos are on the market right now that match their criteria? Forget about price, that match their criteria. 20? Let's start putting in offers. Low ones.
Right.
And maybe like we're going to go so low that it starts, you know, that
it's a conversation.
It's probably not going to, we're probably not going to get it at that price. But not so low that it just kills any conversation. We want to hit that like just low enough that they're like, no, but let's see if we can work something out here. And then over a period of time, you're going to be able to get to, you know, a price point that makes sense. Right. You know, the question that I always get back from people is like, I don't want to waste your time. Dude, this is what I do. This is like, I've been a real estate agent so that I could be good when this happens. Like, everything that I've done up until this point is to prepare myself for this moment. Please, let's put in some offers. Let's negotiate. Let's use my abilities here. And and sort of get them excited about that process of looking for a deal. If it's an investment, there shouldn't be any emotional drain on not getting an offer.
Right.
It should just be the numbers. There is an exclusive list, and there's a massive assignment list as well. It's all on the Hallmark Hub.
Right. Okay.
So like exclusives and assignments are like there's loads. Right. I can give you a pretty long list of especially assignments right now.
And that's because people aren't going to be able to afford their mortgages, right?
Yeah,
so the
that's not what they signed up for,
the assignment flood is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's already.
It's happening now.
I can
It's
see it happening.
Actually, I saw an article on Globe and Mail, and they said that according to Urban Nation, which is one of the biggest pre-construction companies, there's 30,000 pre-cons coming onto market in 2023. And to give you some context, the highest number of pre-con previous to that was 2020, and that was at 22,000.